Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Kissing all this and every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway. Isn't that strange? Cause I'm trying through the climb, I ain't like pain. You never hit the bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's like a key ingredient, is belief. They'll see with the negativity, but I just gotta like that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran city, no, man, I still go. Go, 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 You got a mind, but even that can change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a pain. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go,
case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
What is happening with it, people? What's happening with it? Oh, crap. What is going on? What's happening with it? Yeah, this YouTube is acting way weird. I was watching this coming in, and it's like it's lying to me. Has to be down or something. I don't know what's going on. It told me like X amount of people are watching, and then it goes over here. It's like flickering back and forth. Very weird shit. Maybe there's a hiccup on the old YouTube thing. There's no telling. However, tonight we're going to do something a little different. I think we're going to host the first ever intervention for T-REV 757. And I found an interesting interview from old Nicholas, right? From old Nicholas that I think we're going to have to do a review on, people. I'll review. Now, so we'll have some definite laughs tonight. Now, the thing is, man, I do want to knock out something serious in the beginning here. So a friend of mine, a moderator of this channel, and another fellow creator who I've known for a long time, his son was murdered. I believe it was Mother's Day. This creator We both started off in the prison community. We both got interviews on a huge platform called my guy's channel named Josh. He hosts 23-1. It's a big prison channel. I think it's got going on 1 million views. We both got interviews on that channel. It's where I met him at. He's been cool. He's never done the reverse Uno on me on YouTube. My wife knows his wife. He's been real. He's been on my panel together. Speaking of intervention, he was the creator who was on panel with me when Cam and Ali came on my panel, and they were high as a kite. That's who I'm speaking about. His name is Joey. His channel, he had a channel called Free from Fetters Grove, but it's now called Cuffed Include. Yeah, I don't have much facts on it, man. His son was murdered, and manually strangled. Very sad shit. So,
Very young boy,
29 years old. We speak about these cases and stuff like that. And Joey's a good dude. He's always in a positive mood a lot of the times. He has a sense of, we've been through it, man. We've both been to prison. We've both been behind the wall, separate states and all. But, he's lived that life. It's hard out here, man. It gets hard out here, man, when you're trying to live the right life and major things in your life happen like that, because you go back to thinking, you go back to thinking the way that you thought, and when my brother died, so when my brother died, I was in the hospital, and the guy who may or may not have sold him the bag of dope came there. Okay. Now, I don't know for sure if this is what the thing was, right? But I snapped. I snapped. And my mom never, ever wants, she's been subject to like me getting incarcerated a lot, and, I've hurt her like that. You know what I'm saying? She was so fucked up in the head because she lost her son. I was like, Mom, I'm going to go kill him. And she looked at me, she goes, okay. Like she just gave me the green light.
She said, no, I'll go with you.
And I had a friend of mine was there who's actually somebody that was in prison with me. He's a huge influencer on TikTok.
I never thought in a million years to show up.
His channel name is called Viking Mindset. He's got like almost 1 million subs, his followers himself. He was there. He pulled me to the side and he talked some real sense into me. And I don't know if he wasn't there.
No, we were already upstairs.
Yeah, but what he told me, man, because he's been behind the wall with me, it just hits with you different, man. When he's been behind the wall, when someone's like, can have that conversation with you and be like, hey, man, don't forget this. We were here. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because, man, Joey, man, if you watch this, I trying to call you, man, and you gotta think, man. I'm sorry for what happened, and your life is gonna change. It hits different when it's somebody you love. It hits way different. It ain't a Facebook friend. It ain't a coworker. It ain't a hashtag RIP. Nah, man, that's your love, man, and your life is gonna change, bro. You're probably gonna go through depression, and all that.
You're never the same person you were.
So I'm just keeping it 100 with you because I don't want to see you make a decision, man, to put you back there, man, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to avenge nothing. You don't have to prove yourself, bro. You right now, man, You got to deal with the plate that you got, and it's a lot on it. And that's a whole struggle in itself. And we got nothing but love and respect for you on this channel. Mods, man, he had a GoFundMe, but he's not taking GoFundMe because of whatever reason. What was the reason?
It was to help him get down to California for the funeral, but it doesn't release the money until like the end of the very last day of the month, and they only do it in portions. Like the first, it's gonna be like $100 the first.
So what does he have?
He's using his cash app.
And what is that? Could you text Leslie and tell her I'm live? And I would. So I'm gonna post his cash app. No one's obligated to send anything. Some people watching this, if you've been with me a long time, you know who Joey is. You've been in the chat a million times. You know, I don't ever, you never see me sharing a GoFundMe. You never, I just don't do it over here on this channel, right? However, and there is, look, I love receipts, and this is not a time for receipts, but I understand about if I'm gonna tell, this happened, people. This happened. It's not. He changed it. It's cuffed include. Yeah.
Sorry.
Drop his link and give me the and put the cash out, please. But so I wanted to start with that. Joey, man, stay strong. Be smart, bro. Be smart. And I'm gonna post your link, bro, if anybody can help you out. But yeah, man. So that's sad. You know, very sad situation. I don't have any more information than that as far as how his son died or anything. I'm sure he'll come on. All righty, we had a technical difficulty. Thank you for standing by. Them people can suck my ass, man.
But the plug wasn't all the way in. What you must have knocked it out. When you put it
No,
in.
fucking Suez Cats did that.
Well, either way, the plug. It wasn't this thing. It was the.
If I have one more, okay, all right. But if there's any connection issues, I'm gonna call them myself. We just got this damn modem mailed from Kentucky because the other modem sucked balls, and I got to be able to stream.
Oh my god, what happens?
All right, so I'm pissed if this thing messes up again. All right, so the McDonald's Wi-Fi, if it does that, y'all have to stand by.
McDonald's husband or a McDonald's cat.
Suez Cats.
Alone,
So anyway, I don't know where I cut off. So I'm gonna drop his link. If you're not, no one's obligated to send anybody anything, but if you want to, and he'll probably come on and share a story when he can. So let me hit the comments
it's
first.
Fresh. There's an investigation going on. So.
Investigation, yeah. Well, hi, beautiful. Christina says, what's up, Choco? What's happening, guys? What's happening? She told him to be careful what he said. She's grifting and is afraid he will mess up her grift. Who is this?
Who is he not?
I have no idea. What are you talking about, Mom? I don't know what that is. I hope you're not talking about what I'm speaking about, because there's little articles behind it, and that's don't.
An actual friend.
Yeah, it's a,
And nobody's going to insult anybody.
I don't know. It could have been a conversation in chat, but anyway, so we'll start there. I feel like my chat is not chatting. So,
It's not chatting.
somebody say something. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone. It's still black over here.
I don't know. So is
Mm,
that I don't know. Oh. I don't
is it on? Hello. Yeah, it's on. All right.
Don't touch my modem again. You're like the fucking
Okay. So we're good. I can't see any chat movement here. Yeah.
It's been
Margot,
actually
go
like
go.
that for a couple
Thank you, Margot.
lives
All right.
of-
Why is? Oh, I know why. That's why. Okay, my bad. Technical difficulties. Thank you, Margot. All right. So intervention tonight. I appreciate that $5. Thank you very much. I don't know, Choco. It's weird. I have no idea. It was acting weird when I started the live. Was the first thing I said. I was watching it myself. Okay, so intervention, and I got this Nick stuff. This is like this Nick thing that I found is
I don't love that.
Love what?
Is that supposed to be a tiny, like, it's so cute and little.
Yeah. This Nick stuff that I found is an old interview, but what's comical about this is
Whiplash.
he's talking about slander in it. And with all the legal crap going on, this is actually comical because he's openly talking about slander and free speech and all this stuff. It's weird because I don't know what this channel is. I'm about to show you guys. This is back in the day with when Nick was doing the free Bill Cosby grift. Now, this is just my opinion. As I'm looking over this channel, the interviewer, if you will, right? As I'm looking over.
I know I was.
As I'm looking over this channel, I don't know if there's like a source of black media, black content creator, black. It's kind of the vibe that I got, and I only bring that up because I'm watching this interview, and it sounds as though this creator is like pretty friendly with Nicholas, and I'm like, does this lady not know about the emails? Does this lady not know about all this racism involved in this guy? And so there were comments dropped, and I'm gonna need you guys to bring awareness to that as well. So I'm gonna review this. It's about 3 years old. We're not gonna spend too much time on it because we have to get to T-REV's intervention. T-REV intervention is very important because T-REV is the type of person who obviously watches everybody, and you could tell through his driving lives and whatever else. I did a parody about him a couple of weeks ago, and I want to do another one, right? But I stopped myself from doing it because I'm getting soft in my old age. However, what I did do is I made a video talking to him about addiction, right? And I was going to release it, right? But I don't know if I thought it was a bit too, I just never let it go public. Okay. I did make it though. It's actually uploaded, right? Maybe I'll let it go in members or something. I just thought it was a little bit too much, right? So I didn't let it go. But something is telling me, right, to give the dude an intervention, right? So maybe we can clown him because he's done a lot of shenanigans. Maybe we can call it out. And look, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, either two things happen, or maybe two things can be true, right? This guy literally had his homeboy call and act like a chomo's friend, right? For views, exploiting, disrespecting, right? A 13-year-old girl who had the most traumatic life in the world, right? For super chats. So you're either a huge piece of shit, a huge piece of shit, or this is addict behavior. This is addict behavior. You're doing anything for the dollar because you need that crack. I don't know what it is, right? If you're not on drugs, right, you are a fucked up individual. But that has to be addict behavior. All his stuff is addict. So we're just gonna talk about it with the chat. Put your comments on the screen because T-REV definitely watches every video that's made about him. You can clearly see it when he's driving. He talks about it. He's big mad about it. It's comical. And he'll watch this and he'll either get something of it or he'll just be big mad. And I mean, what are you going to do? You can't whoop me in real life or you can't whoop me on the internet either. So you just have to sit down and take this verbal ass whooping is what's going to happen. All right. So that's pretty much the agenda for tonight. There's a new law. There is a new law for tragedy pimps. Kind of. With this law, you can see where they're going with social media. And there's a lot to discuss with this. I don't even know if I want to talk about it all because, yeah, it's powerful actually what just was passed, and we'll get there. We'll get there in a little bit. Let me just do something real fast, and then I'll put this Nicholas video on. I'm interested to say in the comments real fast if this is the first time you've seen this or have you seen this before. I'm not going to watch. We're not going to play the whole thing because it's like an hour long, and that would be a bit too much. But yeah, I listened to it, the whole thing for you. I'll drop it for your viewing pleasure. And of course, I took the timestamps of the beautiful golden parts, right? That boy needs more than rehab, LOL. I agree with you. I love you, my gentle giant. Holy crap. Member for 55 months. That is a long time. 55 months. 12, 24, 36, 48. That's almost 5 years. Damn. Coming in hot, babe.
Well, I got more time under my belt married to you. Or with you in general. So.
Please, what? Please. Okay, come on. That's it. Please, he needs something. So the comments, they got a new feature here on the bottom right. If you're seeing that, it looks very small, but the comments are on the screen. I wonder if I can enlarge that or something. Chat overlay, let's display comments. Please note that some platforms guidelines limit display comments. Blah blah. Wow. That's probably why it's like that. Because I'm dual streaming and yeah,
I got it.
So yeah. All right.
See my butt if you come slowly.
Are you gonna clown T-REV? He could do. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna clown him. Absolutely. We're gonna clown him and give him a little bit of seriousness towards the end. We have to clown him. He has to eat it. He's done some fucked up shit. Okay. So anyhow, I wanna show you guys this video. Okay. Look, to the hate watchers who watch my streams, that just come over here and go in the bushes and stuff. I appreciate you, but at least smash the like while you're over here. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of hate watchers, man, or I don't know what the fuck it is. But just smash that like for me. You know what I'm saying? If you're good, and then you hate watch it all the time too. It's just like formality. You should just do it. But however,
it's like stalking it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, at least you can do.
What is digital penetration?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Nick, somewhat digital. Oh, let me do this. Okay, quiet with that. Let me do this first. Let's give these away. Bam. Okay, now we did that. Let's get rid of this.
Welcome, members.
Bam. And then we'll do this real fast. Okay.
Go. Kelly, go lightly. I'm a little vestige of bees.
All right, let my X load.
So there's a few I have not heard of.
Yeah, we definitely will be clowning the T-REV. So when the stream cut off, I tried frantically to get back live, and I connected to Noel's hotspot. So
sure did.
That's why we're waiting for Twitter to still load. So weird. Wait, who cares about this morning? Get out of here. Weird. All right. There we go. Finally. So let's get over there. Let me show you. So what's this lady's name? Her channel is called. It's something very easy. Okay. It is called Nicole's View. I guess before I do that, let's go over here. One more thing to say. I was lucky enough to make the Garbage Pail series. Now, Noelle Coffin Deffer, they made Coffin Deffers.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Now, when Noelle sent this to me when I'm at work, I was so happy because in a way it wasn't that bad, right? So, and then I'm like, you know what? I kind of like it. The problem is, like, as I'm texting my wife, I'm like, I had this like moment where I'm like, I think it's kind of cool that I made the Garbage Pail series, but then is that weird for me to say? Because I mean, think about it. It's Garbage Pail Kids, right? There was like that moment. Where the hell is it? Here it is. So here it is. I posted on my community. Not bad. I like it. I don't know. Is that good or bad? You make Garbage Pail Kids? All right. So here goes the interview right here. It's called Nicole's View Live. Now, let me show you what I was talking about with this whole thing, okay? Show you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
should have been around.
So let's enlarge this baby here. There's the doofus himself, okay? So Nicole's View Live, 74.5 thousand subs. And she extensively covered the Bill Cosby situation. Now, the people on the screen that you view, these people think that none of the Bill Cosby women, none of them, nothing happened. They think that it was all just completely made up. You know, I don't know the facts of the case. There's many victims. He was convicted. But this was Nick's grift. I don't know much about this woman. However, it's just comical to hear him talk about slander and all types of things, you know what I'm saying, with the current situation. Posted earlier this week, Barbecue Lady put a protection order on this fuckboy and the other large, now silent Kim Jong-un looking ass Hong. So they both have active protection orders against them, right? So, and there's active litigation, kind of. I mean, I don't know the whole. Them ladies are about to get paid, whatever. They're appealing it, blah, 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 blah. They won't win that. But now we can hear him talk about litigation and slander and all this, right? Years before, you know, he tried to silence somebody for free speech because he brings up free speech in this interview. Just some takes that I got from this. Now, real fast before I play this, have you guys seen this? This is old. When was this even done? This was done 3 years ago. 3 years ago. So before I play it, dude, why is it doing this? There we go. Oh, yeah. I got to bring that up. I like it. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I seen your comment.
Oh, yeah. It's a badass fucking. I think
He should step up, right? It cooked, heated. So, okay. There's people trying to get his page taken down now. Who's this?
Who?
Superfly. What's up, baby legs? What's happening?
Oh, it's probably bitch ass rapper acting like a bitch.
Okay, yeah. So
unless it's somebody who's not.
Superfly was talking about it. We always
Oh. Well, I don't know.
Who's that, Superfly? So rapper, he's always trolling, right?
I said a party hoe.
We let him come over here, hang out and stuff. People don't like the dude, right? He does weird shit, right? But he's over in my chat for like years at a time. And then he kind of like got out of pocket one time, and I straightened it. Can you please do me a favor and send me his picture on Twitter so I can show the internet how this fuckboy looks? So here's the thing. He got out of pocket on one of my streams, and I kind of straightened him, right? And then, like, just because I'm cool with you, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get out of pocket, bro. Like a motherfucker will expose you too. So I said that to him on stream, and he felt some type of way. So this dude made a troll account of wifey, right? Took her picture, and he's got the same YouTube name as she does. And what this asshole is doing is...
The only thing that bothers me is that he's using me to upset other people. And people are smart enough to know it's not me because, well, I don't go on YouTube unless I want to. But no one, they don't see me in chats. They know it's not me. I'm not coming in to act like that. But there's going to be someone who doesn't know who I am, and they're going to think that it really is me talking shit to them. And it's not. It's Rapper acting like a whore.
So I know, like, for instance,
okay.
I know he was in, like, Clue's chat because on Twitter, somebody texted me, and they're like, I know this is not your wife, but look at this profile. And sure enough, it was him. So yeah, I'll show it to you. I don't want to say who did it.
I don't need to see it.
Yeah, they said that it was in Clue's chat saying it. And I told the person, hey, tell Cluminati that's not wifey, but Cluminati's not stupid. Anyway, so the person is like frequently like chats that I guess they think we'll go to and like talking shit. Wifey has a mouth, and she'll tell people how she feels. She also has her own channel. She can make a video. She's not gonna go like in a chat to talk like mad shit. She'll tell you your face. Yeah. So if you see that in any chats, please do me a solid and tell the creator or whatever, or the mods or whatever.
If you're a mod, block me. Please tell everyone. If you're not, tell the creators, tell the mods, just fucking block the dumbass and
block the account. Yeah, not block you. Block the account.
Well, I mean, it's not me, so if they block it, stop blocking me.
I will show you how this goofball looks here in a minute.
That it's not me, and I don't want anybody getting hurt over Rapper being a soft ass bitch.
So I'll show you how he looks here in a minute. Let me start playing this. Actually, you know what we can do real fast? Did you send it?
Yeah, it's me. I'm sending it.
Let me let's just do this. I'll leave that open. We'll do that real fast. Look at this goofball. Like, if this is not the epitome of a weenie boy, right? Like, dude. So I'm getting soft in my old age, right? Yeah. But the dude has like massive like depression or whatever. I mean, dude, it can't be healthy if you're like getting depressed that you sit on the internet and like troll and like everybody trolls, have fun with it, but like you do like weirdo shit. Like you do weirdo shit. And look, you're like a goofy, bro.
I was like the only
like you look like an internet weirdo. Like for real. Like what is this? I mean, like you look like a straight sherm. Like what is this? He's fat and freckly. He's fat and freckly. He's fat and freckly. Okay, like what is this? Like, dude, like you act like people can't clown you, and people hate you. Like, just so everyone understands, people like hate you. So I'm feeding the internet right now, and I have more Rapper. So like two can play this game. So here's how this backfired. You're like making these stupid accounts with wifey. You're trolling, not even talking like she does. People know it's not her, but the whole gig to your shenanigans is, oh, I want to be, not seen and no one knows what I look like. No, we do. We do. So all these channels that you go in and talk all this shit, now they can say he's fat and freckly.
Well, see, about 50
you fat and freckly piece of shit, you. And I can give them a lot more, I could continue to give.
Every time a person contacts me, like at least 50 have told me that, my name's running around, and they all tell me it's Rapper. They all know, thankfully. But like I said, there's gonna be someone that doesn't know, and that's what I'm worried about.
I mean, I can.
But everybody, I tell them, I explain it, and they all get a picture. Yeah. 50 people know what it is.
I can just continue to feed the internet these pictures and these channels that like really hate you. Like you don't think someone's screenshotting this right now? I mean, like, so like, what do you want to do? You want to keep playing, or I mean, matter of fact, you might as well. I'll tell you what. every time I go live, we're doing another picture. Like you don't even get an option. I don't get fuckboy's option, right? So at this point, you're sentenced to for the next 5 lives. I'll just do what I want. That's your punishment, and we'll see how your behavior is then.
Like that to the only person who defended you, stood up for you, consoled you, was there for you as a friend off of this bullshit. Like, you know, not in a chat under a fake name, you know, acting however you're acting. Like we were friends, like friends, and then you're gonna act like a hoe? Nah, bro. I'd slap the shit out of your ass if you were here in my fucking face.
I tell you, I'm not gonna trust that dude.
It's not a trust thing. Like,
all right,
you
so
don't know nothing about me.
All right, so let me get my notes here.
I'll stand up for anybody. Everyone deserves somebody to be on their side.
Chat, do you guys no, let me play this for a second just so you refresh your memory. Do you guys remember this by any sense? Have you seen this anywhere? I'm sure you have.
However long that was, the ordeal.
Yeah, not new.
Thousands of dollars, people flying in from all over the country. A woman making police reports in 2 countries about this before she comes to the U.S. The whole thing, it just, you don't need I don't even know how to go about it. Unless people sit down and read the trial transcripts and see for themselves. They're not going to understand just.
Okay, let me see what the chat says real fast. Do we remember this? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Why is my phone not working? Come
on. The modem is now replugged.
What we got here? That okay. Hold on. 2. Oh, that's good. I like to see this. Okay, good. So we haven't seen this. Okay, cool. Good stuff. All right, cool. That's what I like to see. Okay, so this is Nicholas, and I have notes. So this is an hour long. I'll drop the link when we're done. An hour and 7 minutes. And this is called a channel called Nicole's View Live. Now my notesies. And it's just when you hear the conversation, it'll blow your mind, right? I mean, it's all about Cosby and whatnot, but to me, he looked very nervous in the beginning of this. It's weird, but he talks about a lot. And guess who's brought up in this? Hung. Oh yeah, it's pretty funny. So we're gonna go to 18 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll pop it off there. 1840. Timestamp.
You know, we're not into politicizing all of this at somebody's life.
It's just, to me, it's slander. I'm not, you know.
Oh, it's crossed the line of that already. Yeah. The day it got out, it crossed that line because they should have said it's not their place to give an opinion. The only opinion that matters is the Supreme Court. The facts are, it's not a technicality. It's not, if your constitutional rights are a technicality, okay, I guess they are. Edward Snowden is out of the U.S. on a technicality. It is baloney. It's only a technicality to them because it's Bill Cosby. They can't explain what they've done to the public. It would be like Andrew Wyatt coming out now and saying Bill Cosby's guilty. How would he explain that to anybody when he was saying he's innocent all this year? It's the same way, vice versa.
So we got Nick hinting around and talk about slander. Now, in this conversation, what they're talking about, just so you guys know, because I'm hitting parts of it, right? This conversation is, this lady is involved in the Bill Cosby movement. Remember when I went in the deep dive wormhole of at Not Bright Media and I was showing like Google Maps and we were going over here. There was the casino. We ended up in Vietnam, all this. I was going through all their business ventures and the whole wormhole, right? I also, that's where you have the infamous picture of Hong and Nick. It's very gay in my opinion. It's all over Twitter. You guys have seen it. As I was all on their Facebooks. I was over here, but I did find a Facebook page called the Free Bill Cosby Movement, right? And they're both involved in this, right? They're also, so they're speaking about the Bill Cosby case. They're also speaking about the Me Too movement, right? And that whole thing, okay? This gets weird though. gonna say something else I forgot, but it'll come to me. Okay, let's keep it going from here. Actually,
the lying media that pushed this agenda for God knows who. Maybe
how's the volume? Good. Ones are good.
What they wanted, and now they kind of have to explain to the millions of people that want to know why Bill Cosby is out. They don't know what to say. Obviously, Mr. Cosby's not going to answer their phone calls. I wouldn't if I was him, because they put him in there. So
Exactly.
if they can't get Cosby, they're going to try to get others. They're tired, I guess, of hearing Andrew, because they know Andrew is not going to give them anything exclusive, because he's learned from these people. He knows who's real and who isn't. So he deals with mainstream media, and he has friends in mainstream media who he gloats about a lot, and he gives them stories that are exclusive. It's just treat the man with fair reporting. Nobody covered his side of the story. It's not an opinion. It's not. You should have both sides. If CNN and AP and everybody else is doing the prosecution, you need one person to do the defense, or at least one, And this is somebody who's doing this Bill Cosby, and he only had maybe 5 or 6 people.
So here we have Nicholas 3 years ago talking about journalist integrity and how it's fair and only right to cover both sides of the story and not to be biased. Isn't that? Could you imagine this guy saying this? So he's talking about journalist integrity, how to be a journalist, you have to cover both sides of the story, right? And not to be biased. Meanwhile, here we are plus 3 years, and it is Kristen Cady guilty. Kristen Cady did foul play. Seth Rogers is God. And, where's the journalist integrity, right, in covering that case? Where? No. And don't ever anyone forget, they promised, it was on Christmas actually, on Seth's Live, they looked the man in his eyes, promised him, we will find Sebastian Rogers. Hey, that's on their shoulders. That's a heavy promise. And as time went on, you hear Seth, I gritted my teeth and got really mad when I watched Seth on his own show say, my son will not become a Summer Wells. That was a really weird thing to say. And when I got mad when he said that for many different reasons.
That's not.
It's a tough thing to say.
Rarely, he doesn't say anything.
And maybe you shouldn't have said it is the best thing and the nicest thing I should say about that. Maybe you just shouldn't have said that. I'm having a weird thing here, man. I look up my phone, it's telling me 9 people's watching. Then I look up, it says 546. Then it says 23. Then my StreamYards. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, guys. So just work with me, okay? Just work with me. And I'm looking for the comments. Oh, yeah, this is real, Zooey. So it gets better. Let's continue.
People doing the defense side of the story.
Yeah.
That just shows how many people don't have a voice in the U.S. This is going on in every day. This is not Bill Cosby. It's going on every day, but there's not enough journalists to go in there. And there's definitely not enough to get both sides of the story. There should be some a lot of changes, maybe in the law. You have to include but part and go into the explanation to explain, counter. If it has a counter, you have to put it in there. If they have another side of the story, you have to put it in there. At least mention it. Don't give one side and say it's a fact, because that's how you brainwash people.
That's what. No, you're right. That's what makes me so irritated about this, is because there seems to be this continuation of slandering him, even with them overturning this. You're just playing into the media narrative that, he's still guilty, but it's like an underhanded slap. When they overturned these cases and they vacated and all that, he goes back to the status he was prior, not guilty.
So that's it. Welcome to the United States. It's not innocent until proven guilty. It's not even innocent, and even if you prove you're innocent, it's about. There are 2 courts. He's won the court. The courts are done. He's not getting that criminal path. It's behind him. It's something to learn from and leave behind. When I say
so, real fast, I want to cut this real fast. This is like gold for I'm almost positive. I don't know. Almost positive. Granny's watching, has probably got a. Yeah, I should probably send it to her. Barbecue was actually tagged in a post on Twitter with me on this, so I know that she's seen it. I'll send her this, but you know how awesome that you have. This has to be worth something. I mean, this is like literally like video and audio clips of this man talking about, you know, what slander is and what slander is not. And again, it's an hour and 7 minutes. I'm gonna kind of go through the parts that stuck out to me, but it's a lot about that.
Hey,
Speaking of that,
hey baby girl, Mom. Oh, sorry. That's what happens when you.
27 minutes. We're gonna go 27 minutes.
This is a message to other people in Hollywood. Stop.
Yeah.
Unless you go on Facebook and put a relationship status, make it official. Even if it's 2 days, a one-night stand, you'd better date them, because they're gonna come back and bite you in the ass. It's
Let this be let Mr. Cosby's case, and not even just for celebrities, just people in general. You have to be mindful who you are messing around with, being with, because this can come back to you. They can use yesterday's, as our boy Harvey says, yesterday's lies and put them into today's context. And here you are, like, wait a minute, I said that over 50 years ago. I don't even think people realize that the 70s is now actually 50 years ago.
Yeah,
people who were born in 70s.
You don't get convicted of rape for saying something, man, with all due respect. I mean, and I've been before married to Noel, I've been through with a lot of women, right? Man, I was living in Miami for some time. I was running around butt naked at one point, but it's butt naked running around.
Sorry.
Been through. I was on dating apps and all that stuff. Man, I never had no weirdo shit like that. I'm just saying. I can't speak for anybody. But anyway, so 27:30. Let's take it from here.
Yeah.
It'd be like Mark Furman going out and parading and protesting. Why do you care about Mark Furman? You know, he's the reason OJ's a free man. You have to take the fifth. That's some of these women. Hello.
It's people
go back. One of them has a warrant, and she should not be flying around. She'll get caught up.
People don't think. Yeah. A lot.
So this, I thought, was extremely interesting. So Nick is going to tell you about here he is as a journalist. He's going to tell you about the victims of Bill Cosby. This is like one for the books right here, people. This is him speaking about the victims.
A lot of people don't research, people don't look into anything. They just go with what they hear. And to you, what was like the most damning, the most shocking thing, or what? Let me put it this way: what was the most damning allegation that you, when you researched, you're like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. It's just, this is so fake. Like, what was there a moment like that where you just couldn't believe how ridiculous this was?
After the first 10 minutes of the first day, I felt like my IQ had dropped. I literally felt like I was the next morning hungover because of how stupid these women. It's not sex. And sexual assault is not a joke, but these women are all jokes. You have Janice Dickinson talking about, oh, this feels like Law and Order asked for you, Judge. This feels like the set. Are you an idiot? Luckily, long story short, in 2022, we're going to have the documentary come out. And without saying it, there'll be more teasers coming in about a week or two, and we're going to talk. It's going to change this whole Me Too thing. It's going to set the record straight, and the media is going to be forced to make people watch it.
Quick side note, if you caught that, what did you just say? We have a documentary coming up soon. So we now have receipts on I guess they tried to attempt a documentary on the Bill Cosby thing. Then last live, it's on my community wall as well. He did that other documentary with the Cavalcante case, whatever that is. It's in my Twitter. I'll put it up in a minute. So he's been desperately trying to create these documentaries on everything that he is getting involved in, right? So the rumors have somewhat truth to them about the Sebastian documentary. Also, very much a key point in this interview, something I learned today, and I have fully doxed these guys, not doxed. When I say that, I've fully looked into them and all that type of stuff. She spills the beans here, and she says on this live, on this video, a company that Nick used to work for that I didn't find, and I've never heard a lot of creators find this company, right? So this is she sources another. She's like, yeah, well, you used to work for so and so, and it's another one of these like cheeseball media companies that he was involved in, right? So if you look at the title at the top, it says Nicole's View Live with special guest Nick, whatever that name is, from YC News, right? I believe that's the Young Content or whatever. It's in the description. But she spills the beans on another, you know what I'm saying, another place, right? I didn't see that when I was looking into it. But anyway, he's going to start smearing the victims right now. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome, my love.
Citing it because this is the only time they're going to hear the truth. They're not going to hear no second round from Bill Cosby. I doubt he's going to go on a tour. He's not going on a media tour. He's not going to talk to the press. Yeah. We have a documentary. We're not working on. Can't say too much. Basically, there's a documentary in 2022 that's going to set a lot.
Thank you, Andrea.
Explain.
Welcome. Thank you.
I wish I can get it out, but it's so much, and you know it's so much. Every day we're learning something, and in fact, maybe in 2 weeks we're going to get more material because we just filed more FOIAs with Kevin Steele's office to find out what they're saying now about Cosby being out. And I can only imagine how sour they are right now and the stuff they're saying via email, because we already put that request in, and this is going to be another batch of new material. It's going to be fresh stuff coming for a very long time until we get the final answer of what happened, or until somebody ends up in jail for something. Because this does not sound, I mean, there's going to be consequences, maybe not jail. It has to be the court of public opinion. It's going to have to fix some things, and Cosby should take the court of public opinion and set it straight. So the most outrageous thing was the whole trial. The whole thing is a joke. The whole both of them, they're not trials. I don't dignify them with that. They were witch hunts. It's not a trial when you don't let the former DA testify and call him not credible. How is that? This is now a dictatorship. This is the KGB operating this place. This is some crazy stuff that you would never think of in the U.S.
And that's another question I like to ask.
Okay, Noel was blabbing. I wasn't paying attention. I know it's about timestamps, right? Did he say he said? Did he talk about the victims? He's like calling one lady a prostitute, which is comical in itself. You ordered prostitutes to your own neighbor's house, and then you call the police on them like a weirdo. And then he's I didn't even know that Janice Dickinson was involved with the Bill Cosby case. Yeah, I do remember she said that, something about that. But and he's like smutting these other ladies. I have no idea about that case, right? But you know, if someone's claiming that they got graped, you know, I'm not going to say that anyone's lying or it didn't happen, because you know, that'd be fucked up. But he is up here smutting these victims. Did you hear it? I can remember. Maybe I should. Let me pull that back. Hold on. 27 minutes.
That you, when you research, you're like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. It's just, this is so fake. Like, what was there a moment like that where you just couldn't believe how ridiculous this was?
After the first 10 minutes of the first day, I felt like my IQ had dropped. I literally felt like I was the next morning hungover because of how. So,
and also this is like this is what your IQ dropped. That's what we feel when we look at Night's social media post about the satellite company that doesn't exist yet, and you have these photos, or when you say that you can't do the press conference because of marching band threats, or when you say things like, just wait, Bill, we need, you know, Donald Trump's actually going to get involved in this thing, or when you say things like, you know what, the reward money is like $7 billion right now, we've raised it. This is what we do when we're looking at your posts. You know, just saying.
How stupid these women. It's not sex and sexual assault is not a joke, but these women are all jokes. You have Janice Dickinson talking about, oh, this feels like Law and Order asked for you, Judge. This feels like the sex. Are you an idiot? Luckily, long story short, in 2022, we're going to have the documentary come out. And like, without saying it, there'll be more teasers coming in about a week or two, and we're going to talk. It's going to change this whole Me Too thing. It's going to set the record straight, and the media is going to be forced to make people watch it by citing it, because this is the only time they're going to hear the truth. They're not going to hear no second round from Bill Cosby. I doubt he's going to go on tour. He's not going on a media tour. He's not going to talk to his press. Yeah. So we have a documentary we're not working on, can't say too much. Basically, there's a documentary in 2022 that's going to set a lot straight, and it'll explain everything that I wish I can get out, but it's so much, and it's so much. Every day we're learning something, and in fact, maybe in 2 weeks we're going to get more material, because we just filed more FOIAs with Kevin Steele's office to find out what they're saying now about Cosby being out. And I can only imagine how sour they are right now and the stuff they're saying via email, because we already put that request in, and this is going to be another batch of new material. It's going to be fresh stuff coming for a very long time until we get the final answer of what happened.
Okay, my bad. I had the timestamp absolutely wrong. This is when he smears a woman. I'm sorry about that, guys. Here it is, 30 minutes and 40 seconds. Where's that right now? 20 what? Let's just let it ride, right? Because I have it. I'll let it ride. It's coming up at 30-minute mark. We're at 29.
Or until somebody ends up in jail for something, because this does not sound. There's going to
goofy. This dude is straight goofball.
Maybe not jail. It has to be the court of public opinion. It's going to have to fix some things, and Cosby should take the court of public opinion and set it straight. So the most outrageous thing was the whole trial. The whole thing is a joke. Both of them. It's not trials. I don't dignify them with that. They were witch hunts. They were not a trial when you don't let the former DA testify and call him not credible. How is that? This is now a dictatorship. This is the KGB operating this place. This is some crazy stuff.
Did he just say that the DA not credible? Did he just really say that? That's what he did in Pennsylvania with the racist emails. Anyway, let's continue.
That you would never think of in the U.S.
And that's another question I like to ask you. That's a good point. Do you feel like there's something, this is beyond the state of Pennsylvania, because you live in Philly, so the politics there, how these folks are. Do you feel like there's something even bigger at play here than just them?
Me too.
I'm trying to pause his glasses. The reflection on the glasses. I could have swore. Let me think. Hold on, let me see.
At this rate, until the Supreme Court stepped in, and if Bayer,
seriously,
if he threw too much gasoline, this might have ruined the roadblock they caused. But Me Too is going to be stronger than politics, because in Me Too, all it takes is anybody, including a fugitive hooker, on the.
So here it is, fugitive hookers. This is now. Here's the victims, y'all.
Run from police in Arizona, who got past TSA, and we have it on the record that TSA said they would arrest her if they saw her. They just didn't. They don't know how they didn't pick her up. When you have people like that coming to testify, it can't be called anything but a witch hunt. You have hookers.
Shaylin Lasha.
Wanted hookers. I mean, with an active warrant, and not one state. I think it was 2 or maybe 3. It was a lot of them. And pictures of her with PCP. I mean, how would it's? And then you have Janice Baker Kinney, who brought the Quaaludes. She was a Quaalude dealer. She testified to that. Why isn't that headline? Who gave you the Quaaludes? Bill Cosby. Who gave you the Quaaludes? Bill Cosby. Who gave you the Quaaludes? A friend. Okay, so it takes 3 questions to get the truth out of these women. That speaks volumes. They're lying the first 2 times. Not to use caution and take everything they say with a grain of salt. It's going to take time to get the tide to turn and show what happened, what actually happened, without any fluff, without any bullshit.
Man, if a dude in Pennsylvania, like if that was my sister or something like that, or some female in my family, and this dude, right? Imagine this: I had some traction, I went viral or something. Man, a motherfucker would beat the break out this dude. Man, look at this goofball. But that's what he's talking about on the victims that were raped. Again, I don't know the facts of the case, but crazy as hell. And the prostitute stuff was comical in itself. Oh, a bunch of prostitutes, bro. You ordered prostitutes to your own neighbor's house and called the police. Maybe that's where you met the prostitutes at. You got friendly with them. Seriously. Who knows?
He's literally lying, telling people to second guess and rethink and challenge their theories.
What's up, Rapunzel? So here's the thing on my chat, y'all. I had this thing dual streaming. They have I have like the best StreamYard thing. I got this new little feature here, but because I'm streaming on Twitter, on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, somewhere else, Twitch. I gotta go in and fix my comment settings on those platforms because it's like not letting. I don't know. It's like I guess it's not letting a lot of comments come in.
It gives you an option.
Yeah, I always do this, but
I always hit all comments, so every.
No, I know how to do this. The thing is,
I didn't think you turned on.
I always dual stream, and when the comments come in, doesn't matter how many platforms you're in. But the problem is that fucking Twitch, I have that bot that I took off, and the bot is on in Twitch, and fucking all, yeah,
it murks everybody.
Yep. So I got to fix that. He is a punk, absolutely.
He murks mods, he murks members. He's a dick.
When I say time, I'm talking a year, 2 years, because Mr. Cosby, I think he's on a roll. He's not, but he's, from what I understand, he is not somebody that's gonna go down like quiet, especially when they took away they tried to take away a legacy, they failed.
Okay, so 37 minutes we're gonna jump
to. A lot of every iota of power he has, and I'm scared of Mrs. Cosby.
Right here.
Reminder that you shouldn't mix in an agenda with the news, because if you push it too far and the agenda doesn't pan out, and you're in some trouble, especially when you call somebody a rapist, and he has money to sue you. I mean, shit,
yeah.
He can, if I were him,
and I had to let it be known about Twitter because although I think it was because of my history, you know, when you go on Twitter, sometimes old hashtags still show up when you're about to hashtag something. I had to let them know, like, yo, look at what the hashtag is on Twitter that had Bill Cosby as a rapist. It was hashtag on Twitter. So I'm like, okay, gotta let them know that, because now to me, that shouldn't be allowed.
Lady, the guy that you are like cyber blowing, this goofball, look at his teeth, good freeze frame. This dude and his goofball friend have like active protection orders against them. Have you ever saw the things that they say about a family, parents, right? There's zero evidence saying that they did any foul play. And the shit that they have said on, they've blamed these parents. You're worried about a hashtag about Bill Cosby, right? Who was convicted by the courts for these said grapes, right? The courts decided that one. Your body that you cyberblow over here, your racist homeboy. This dude he smuts these parents. Him and his fat boyfriend. They smut these parents every chance they get with blonde pubes on national media. They're always pushing the blame on them. They're doing all this fuck shit. If you're worried about hashtags, then you would never platform this dude. This is crazy as hell. Let's continue this.
I think it shows the desperation.
Yeah,
that's a last ditch effort at desperation, because they know the word rapist is going to be like,
I see you, Rapunzel.
How are you going to phrase that? He didn't try phrasing in a hashtag that's going to sound good. That you can't. That's what I mean. These people, the word rape is going to catch attention. He's never been charged with rape.
Never.
Not charged with rape. Andrea Constant testified to literally, I was not raped. Both trials, she said that, and several times that she was not raped. There was no sex. There was no intercourse with them. Digital penetration. That's Google. If you're watching, Google it. But that's what it was. It was not rape. Rape is a whole different level. That's basically life in prison. If he did it to that many people, that's life. If you raped one person, you can get enough to be a life. For him, it would be life. That's a whole different mark. It's not raping, that's defamation, and that's a last-ditch effort. The rape thing can only fly for another week or two before
Nick on defamation, people.
It crossed defamation. I think it's a matter of time until they get a notice from an attorney.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's about time.
They're sending them out, but I think it's time for them to start ending their little agenda and hold whoever made the shots to do the Cosby coverage at the trials. Those producers should all be fired if they didn't know how to explain this to their audience.
No, because they were too busy programming.
And if you watch the live footage go to YouTube and you watch the live, it's like an hour or two long. There's like 20 videos with the breaking news. If you watch them from beginning to end with hot mics on, we downloaded them already. If you're watching and you're trying to.
So this dude, right, just said it's beyond defamation. Now we have to keep in mind, people. Bill Cosby, right? There was evidence in that trial, right? He was convicted by a court of law, right? Nick is telling this lady that it's gone beyond defamation in this case, beyond defamation, right? But the thing is, there's evidence, right? He was convicted. He was sent out to prison. There's that thing called proof. So what does it mean, or what have you done, right, to Chris and Katie Proudfoot with no evidence at all, right? There's no court of law. There's no judge. There's no jury. There's nothing. There's just you and your fuckboy friend accusing these people. This is comical, people. I told you, to hear him say the word slander, defamation, and talk about, lawyers getting involved. This is like a piece of gold that was thrown my way on Twitter. I thoroughly enjoyed this. We got to continue this though. Where are we at on this?
Pull them off of YouTube, everybody, or the networks. I pulled all the videos, and there's hot mics on, and they were panicking. The one guy was ready to cry, saying, "What do I say? What do I say? Oh my God, what do you say?" You have a lot of explaining to do, my man.
Oh, so y'all got some hot mic moments, huh?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun few weeks. That's why
she is a goofball.
We haven't put a story out since Mr. Cosby got out of prison, and that should scare some people because we've been very active with the Cosby subject. So for there not to be a story, there's a storm coming pretty quick. It's gonna be a nice "we told you so." Stop listening to the bullshit and investigate for yourself. Don't listen to us either, because if we go to a trial and we don't have the resources to cover both sides, we're going to cover the underdog because the other guy has already enough coverage. Right. So read our site and read CNN and put it together, and then you have the whole picture. Well, for the most part, except for the rape, because there's no rape.
Could you imagine? Here he goes again with the integrity of journalism and how, in a non-biased way, you should cover it. Which, in fact, I gotta agree with him. That's the right way to do it. But, dude, this is the complete contradiction. You don't do that. You don't do that. You pick a side. You absolutely are biased. Absolutely. Now, here momentarily, we're going to hear him say something called digital penetration, which I've never heard of in my life. He's going to say, he brings up his boyfriend Hong. You're going to hear this momentarily. Now, I have to break down this definition of digital penetration. I've never heard this thing before. So let's continue this.
The thing that has to be cleared up that's not rape. I don't know why they keep using it, except that it's an easy word to say, and it's easy to get people very pissed when you say rape. But then if you try to say he's not a rapist, then you sound like a rape apologist. But the thing is, he did not. The victims didn't even accuse him of rape. Victim. There's one victim didn't accuse him of rape. The other accusers don't count. They didn't go to the police. It's been too long. There's no rape. He didn't get charged with rape, or he'd still be in jail.
Right.
Rape.
Exactly.
And they wouldn't charge him with rape because they knew they would have been not guilty if they had charged him with rape because he didn't rape her. She said it too many times in every police report. I think with 3 or 4 police reports, she said no rape. I
mean, Nick, I was sitting next to reporters at the second trial, and they were even whispering she changed her story again. So I mean, these people know the deal. It's like the jig is up. You guys might as well just stop it now, because the shit is about to hit the fan, and it's already beginning. And I know there may be some people who are so tired of me talking about it, but I'm going to end tomorrow with Mr. Andrew White. He's going to be on my show. And then I'll break for a second until the next major thing happened. But this, to me, this is our victory lap, because we have been out here saying for the longest that this whole thing was rigged. It was a lynching in process. We saw it all. So how does it feel when you heard, or how did it feel when you heard that that's it? How did you
look at that face? Look at that face. I need to go back and watch my own live and get that for a thumbnail. Cut it out. Look at that face. Here comes the weird part's coming up. She's gonna drop the name of the company that she knew him from, or went back then, or some shit like that. And while I'm on this point, this is, if you see the top, it says YC News. So this, right here, the description says, Nick Hatsafatsu from independent news agency YC News, Your Content, stops by to discuss how YC News Agency was one of the news outlets to report the truth behind both of the trials against Bill Cosby in Tennessee. So I was right. I was right. This comment says black media is for real black people, not the go along gang. We have enough of them. Thank you, Queen Nicole. Black media to tell the story, to put it out. So Nick is the face. He was such a chameleon that he slipped into the black media space. Man, how do these people not know about this dude? Could you imagine if like somebody was to tell this lady about the emails? I mean, just let that sink in for a second.
I heard
it's funny how it happened. It was got a because before I called anybody, I'm going to Wawa with Hung.
Uh-oh.
And
what was that? You go to Wawa with Hong. Let's have a listen, shall we? Let's have a listen, shall we? What was this?
Called anybody. I'm going to Wawa with Hung. And
how does it feel when you heard, or how did it feel when you heard?
So Andrew's down in Philly doing whatever he's doing. You heard that story. He said it a million times. And Kia texts me on my way to get coffee, and she says, "Hey, any updates?" And I said, "No, I don't think so. Let me check." And I check. Lo and behold, there's the thing, the people versus Bill Cosby. I saw the word Bill Cosby, and I say, "Wait a second." They usually say William. So this is already a good start. I click it. I see 69 pages. I'm like, all right. I go right to the bottom. And right from there, I call Ann. Well, first we broke the story. We had it prepped since December 2nd, just in case it would happen. You saw we sent you just to show you how it looks before we have it drafted, and you got excited because
yeah.
Wait a minute.
And Kia texted me any updates.
Hey, Kia.
So. But it was about a week before that. Well, I had gotten word back in December, early December. Somebody told me that Cosby should file a bail petition.
We saw it all. So
let me start from here. Sorry.
How does it feel when you heard?
I want to get that.
How did it feel when you heard that? That's it. How did you? I heard
it's funny how it happened. It was got to because before.
I heard
it's funny how it happened. It was got to because before I called.
It's going to be on my show, and then I'll break for a second until the next major thing happened. But
okay, I just need some of these screenshots. Look at those teeth. Hold on 1 second.
This, to me, this is our victory lap because we have been out here saying for the longest that this whole thing was rigged. It was a lynching in process. We saw it all. So how does it feel when you heard? I know there may be some people who are so tired of me talking about it, but I'm going to end tomorrow with Mr. Andrew White. He's going to be on my show. And then I'll break for a second. We saw it all. So
yeah.
How does it feel when you heard, or how did it feel when you heard that?
Okay,
that's it. How did you? I heard
it's funny how it happened. It was got to because before I called anybody, I'm going to Wawa with Hung, and Kia texted me any updates.
Hey, Kia.
So. But it was about a week before that. Well, I had gotten word back in December, early December. Somebody told me that Cosby should file a bail petition because it's going to take the full 150 plus days because they're sending a message.
Joey.
Explain themselves. It's easy to say no, hard to say yes, especially in this situation. So the week before Mr. Cosby gets released, I call Andrew and I said, "You got to come down here." So Andrew's down in Philly doing whatever he's doing. You heard that story. He said it a million times. And Kia texts me on my way to get coffee, and she says, "Hey, any updates?" And I said, "No, I don't think so. Let me check." And I check. Lo and behold, there's the thing, the people versus Bill Cosby. And I saw the word Bill Cosby, and I say, "Wait a second." They usually say William. So this is already a good start. I click it. I see 69 pages. I'm like, all right. I go right to the bottom. And right from there, I call Ann. Well, first we broke the story. We had it prepped since December 2nd, just in case it would happen. You saw we sent you just to show you how it looks before we have it drafted, and you got excited because but we were ready for it. But when it hit, it was like, holy shit! We actually not only did we get this one right, but it's like we really got this one right. All of us did. I mean, we've been saying it. We created an army. Me, you, Drew, all of us. It's an affiliation of, and we're not even all, we don't talk to each other throughout the whole time, but we're all hitting the same, like same points, different angles, and getting
created an army. Nope, we've seen this movie before. Actually, I know of something that you call an army all the time, and you this is like people. This is going 3 years back, totally different case, but this is the same formula. It's just very interesting to watch him talk about this, right? And his journalist, his integrity in journalism and this and that. He's blowing himself right now about the terrific job that he did handling this and all. But I just want to get this company. Okay, I want you guys in the chat to know if you've heard of this. And then the weird shit happens with the digital penetration and all that. I have to break that down for you guys. But yeah, this is it's extremely strange. Where are we at? This can't be right.
a lot of info out that when you put it together, it's a pretty damn good narrative, much better than what the media has made up. And it can't make stuff like that up. Especially the truth you can't beat the truth. And the truth is a wild story. I mean, the tablets couldn't make up what happened to Bill Cosby. The guy was.
A major thing happened, but this, to me, this is our victory lap, because we have been out here saying for the longest that this whole thing was rigged. It was a lynching in process. We saw it all. So how does it feel when you heard, or how did it feel when you heard that?
3660.
That's it. How did you, I heard
it's funny how it happened. He phrased that he didn't try phrasing in a hashtag that's going to sound good. That you can't. That's what I mean. These people, the word rape is going to catch attention. He's never been charged with rape.
Never.
Not charged with rape. Andrea Constant testified to literally, I was not raped. Both trials, she said that. And several times that she was not raped. There was no sex. There was no intercourse with them. Digital penetration.
Digital penetration. So I don't even know if what the hell he just said is factual. I've never heard of someone going to prison for years of their life for digital. How do you even do that? Like, how do you even do that? How do I put it in the hole? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Maybe it was.
It wasn't.
Not sure. No.
At first, I thought it could have been like some dope on a plate or something like that. You got those big goofy glasses. You can see it. I can't tell what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Noelle's got the tablet zoomed in. Show them real fast. Just show the camera. So what we're doing right now is given that we're trying to see the reflection of the glasses. Because
do I have it where it needs to be?
Yeah, go up a little bit. Because at first I thought Hong was in the car with him on this interview, and then another time he was talking, I thought I saw like a plate. Like, I don't know if I'm wanting to see lines of powder over there. I just want it to happen, but if I think of something, we have to show receipts on it. But none of that's been verified yet. However, digital penetration. Never ever heard of anybody going to prison for this, right? What even is it, right? Definition of this is just one form of sexual penetration. Digital penetration, as it sounds, refers to the use of the digits. That is the fingers, the thumbs, the toes, that pen the vajay or the butthole of person. Example 2, fingers with stimulation of the vulva or vajayjay by using the fingers. The JJ fingering is legally and medically called digital penetration or digital penetration of the JJ. The term digital takes its significance from the English word digit. What is this? So okay, if we're gonna go by the definition. Okay, so what is he even saying? So it sounds
are called digits.
Yeah, it sounds like it's some internet thing, like some revenge porn internet thing, But
I'm like, I have
so
no idea what
so he's basically like Zoe said, you're literally sticking up and standing in the paint and going so hard for a serial rapist. It doesn't matter if the dude look, man, I've never been, you know, abused like that or nothing like that, right? But I would think if someone went through trauma like that, it doesn't matter what, you know, part of the body it was, a finger, a wiener, you know, whatever it was, it should not have happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not okay. It's no means no. You can't downplay it like, oh, it was just a finger. Shut up, bitch. Come on, dude. Like, what are you even saying right now? It's crazy as hell. But that's what that means. Now, if we're talking digital penetration, that is something, speaking of digital penetration, in my opinion, I think that Hong and Nick are definitely gay. And I could, you know, with all their internet activity, I could definitely see, you know, my definition of it, which I did not know that it was the other definition. But regardless, by his own standards, that doesn't even make sense, right? But and the created an army part was very interesting. What was the name of that company? I guess I didn't put the damn.
News.
No, she said it in the car. Remember?
Yeah, I wrote it down. He said if you go to yc.news, get some your content.
No, babe, you wrote it down.
I'd send you the time.
I'm like, when she said it, I was when she said it in the car.
No.
I was like, damn, I didn't. You wrote it down on a pad, or you texted it to me.
I have. I sent you digital penetration. With Hong.
Hold on, guys. Let me get my receipts right. 30,
39.50 was Hong digital.
30, 40.
30, 40. Did we do 30, 40?
Maybe.
She
says a company.
She says it.
It should be right here.
Ruin the roadblock they caused. But Me Too is going to be stronger than politics because in Me Too, all it takes is anybody, including a fugitive hooker on the run from police in Arizona, who got past TSA, and we have it on the record that TSA said they would arrest her if they saw her. They just didn't. They don't know how they didn't pick her up. When you have people like that coming to testify, it can't be called anything but a witch hunt. You have hookers.
Shaylin Lasha.
Wanted hookers. I mean, with an active warrant, and not one state. I think it was 2 or maybe 3. It was a lot of them. And pictures of her with PCP. I mean, how would it's and yeah, it's a sin how easy the.
All right.
They know we're out here, Nick. They know we're out here. These folks follow us. They're just pretending because right now it's the popular thing to do.
No, they're pissed. They are so pissed.
Yeah, it's the thing to do.
I think it's funny because these people were so cocky at trial. This and that were big. I'm not even going to name networks, and they looked like they wanted to jump off a bridge when they were at the end of the Cosby house, and they were faking the smile, trying to get on the good side. And I'm
damn,
like,
I can't believe I missed that.
I thought that was your job, but
I wrote it down.
It was showing. It was like, I told you so kind of thing. And you shouldn't. This is a reminder that you shouldn't mix in an agenda with the news because if you push it too far, and the agenda doesn't pan out, and you're in some trouble, especially when you shouldn't
mix your agenda with the news. Could you believe the man just said that? People, this is coming from somebody who is best friends with Dog the Bounty Hunter, right? And Dog the Bounty Hunter, just take that for face value for a second, what he just said.
Not to mention
get the fuck out of here. Damn, I'm pissed about this. She says the damn company, and I didn't.
Somebody a rapist, and he has money to sue you. I mean, shit, he can.
Yeah.
If I were him,
And I had to let it be known about Twitter because although I think it was because of my history, when you go on Twitter, sometimes old hashtags still show up when you're about to hashtag something.
She said that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They read CNN and put it together, and then you have give me a break. How? Jokes, and then there's Andrea with her mom and her entourage, and then there's all of these civil attorneys, and there's a parade of witness. I don't even know what to call them because they're not witnesses. They didn't see anything. And the Supreme Court even said to the prosecution, if Andrea Constant was even assaulted, why
that maybe can just break down these accusers, like many of us have done. But you know, have it out there, professionally done.
Represent Bill Cosby. A hooker. You can call the Arizona, the police will tell you that she has a warrant, and if you see her, call them, and they'll go pick her up. They missed her at the airport. But
talk about hookers. This is crazy.
do you remember me, Bill?
Damn, I'm so mad at myself right
First
now.
thing she knows her.
We know,
And that's why Mrs. Cosby is she's like a warrior. I mean, she took on Me Too, and she's still standing happily. I mean, she's the last. We're the last one standing, like the Cosby family and the media that stood by the facts and covered the facts without the agenda.
Without the agenda, yeah, okay.
It's turning. It's turning pretty quick.
That's right. That's right. That is so true. Nick, before you go, before I have to depart, do you mind taking a few questions from the audience?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions for Nick, let me know. Like I said,
damn it, it's not. Oh, what's that?
Facebook. It's Facebook.
I'll here. Let me use
They
that.
thought that he went down. There's a.
No,
that means it's 100% done. You can.
it was something simple. You wrote it down in that packet.
yeah, I heard.
No,
Speaking
man,
of protests, I
that's
heard that they were
he's been
these women. Some of these women were supposed to be protesting today. Have you heard anything about that?
It was
They were going to
so,
protest that.
It was something else. It was something
out there.
other cheese ball like company.
These are relations. I almost said it's like.
I just want to talk about T-REV right
That's
now.
what I meant to
That's
say.
fine.
50
That's
years
normal
ago.
in this. If you have
It's something stupid. It's like another cheese ball thing, like a YC News guys. But it's another company. I want to look into it. I'm glad that she did spill the beans. I'll post it, right? But here is the
I'm going to the car and I'm not.
you did write it down. Here is the link, right? I would strongly suggest I'll put this for anybody who's gonna. I know people are gonna rewatch this when the live ends, the replay gang and all that. I would strongly suggest it's only an hour. Give it from start to finish, and hear this guy talking about lawsuits and slander and how to do journalism and being non-biased and not picking a side and all his morals and how he keeps like doing all this prostitute talk. It's so crazy because I'm watching this like lady. He keeps bringing all these prostitutes up and this and that. Like, lady, this dude ordered prostitute. Like it's contradiction city, right? It absolutely is. But the gem is dropped. The business. I'm a dunce. I should have jotted it down. Noel did, but whatever. I'll get it to you. I'll make a post, right? Very staged, in my opinion, this interview. So they go back. That lady, again, it's like some black media stuff. She was, heavy on the free Bill Cosby thing. I think it's crazy that anybody would defend Bill Cosby. The dude that went to prison for grape people. I don't care what he used, what body part, whatever. No,
That's what it is.
And what you did,
it was YC. She said YC. That's what I wrote down.
No, she didn't. She said when you used to work for, because the title is him from YC. It's a different one. It's not a big deal. I'll figure it out. I'll re-listen to it. I don't want to listen to the whole thing. I took all the good points. But yeah, to give it a check out. Let me drop it again just in case copy and paste didn't work. Okay, we're dropped. Yeah, it's very weird, man. Very strange interview. Found it on Twitter today. Definitely had to bring it to you. Scumbag City. Hong is brought up, and that other lady is brought up too. Another thing I need to tell you. He mentioned somebody else in this video. He brought up Hong at Wawa. The lady, if you guys can remember, that lady was involved in. I don't know if that's the lady who did that interview, the representative at Not Bright on one of these Tennessee local stations. But it's that one lady who always tags along with them, right? It's their little clique. And from what I've seen, like they go from like Cheeseball Media Group to Cheeseball Media Group. Like they have all these weird, like, young YC, then young constituents, and then they're all like they go from here to go there. They've been together for a long time. Again, in my opinion, this is my humble opinion, and no one can tell me different. I think that they definitely, Nick and Hong, they definitely indulge in butt sex, and no one can tell me different. I do think that they're lovers, and And I just cannot be. It's not even open for debate at this point. Like I'm almost like certain. We're just gonna say it's factual because at this point the amount of receipts, but it is still my opinion. We can't make it a fact. All right. Yeah, trigger warning. All right, look, man. I wanted to. We covered Joey. It sucks. He lost a son. You know, addiction is a motherfucker, man. T-REV, I don't know what to say to this kid. I know he'll watch this, though. You know what I'm saying? T-REV 757 is definitely a weenie boy. He's skinny fat. Like, he's a skinny dude with tits. It's so awkward looking. But T-REV, you go around the internet talking about your magical weight loss journey. That's called the crack stem diet, right? The meth diet. You're just not eating, right? And you're mad at everybody. You're mad at. I saw one of your driving lives where you're mad at the subscribers. You were so mad about what a creator said about you that you were yelling at your subscribers to unsubscribe. Like, how dumb is that? And then you keep you get so bad, you get so butthurt. But you're fighting the internet, right? The internet is a big community of all types of people, you know. You're not going to, people been through what you're going through. People been addicted. People been through recovery. And if they haven't, they got friends, they got family, they got coworkers, they've seen it. Like, you can't trick everybody. You cannot pull one over the internet. It's just never going to happen, right? It's never going to happen. You can never win that, and you never will, right? That you have addict behavior everywhere. Like I said before, man, if you're not on dope, then you are just a piece of shit, right? I don't know anybody sober that would do what you did in the Matty Soto stuff. I don't know anybody who's sober who would do that, right? That would make you a clout chasing scumbag loser, right? The best thing you can do is just tell. I don't know, really, there's something I can say. It's definitely addict behavior, but what is the point of the driving lives? What is yelling at the subs going to do? How do you get out of this, right? You can't make a new channel and expect people to forget about what happened over here. It doesn't work like that. What are you going to do here? You're definitely at a loss. The best thing you can do is say, hey, look, man, it's true. Actually, I wasn't, I didn't have a magical weight loss journey. It was just the crack stem, guys, and I've been dealing with it, and I've been lying to y'all. That brings you back down the level field where people will stick around because they want to see you win, right? At this point, your comments too, you're just. I hope you know that you cannot beat the internet. And if you want to be the only person to try to do it or be successful at it, then good luck. Then good luck to you, sir. But you're not going to win that, man. You got to literally just face the music, not the rap music, not the shitty rap missing people music. But you have to face it, bro. You have to just say, look, man, I'm doing meth. It is what it is, right? I'm smoking crack, right? Listen, man, what had happened was I'm addicted to ecstasy, and I put them, I do colon rolling. I shove them up my ass.
Oh my gosh, colon
It's been going on for 10 years, guys. My tater hole is this big now, okay? It's like, it doesn't even make noise anymore. You got to just say something, bro, because you can't keep being angry. What do you think people are doing? Being yeah, tell me to unsubscribe. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it wasn't crack. You lost 200. Yeah. No, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. The best thing you can do, bro, is just face the music. Because, look, you're not going to beat the internet, bro. And it's not going to happen. And people been there. People been there. You say you have a spirit box. I say that it's not. I have a spirit box too. What's that? What's that about, T-REV? It was Billy? Oh, he's on drugs. So, I mean, you say you have a spirit box. You don't have to be a psychic, bro. For everybody knows that you're on dope because they've been through it. The best thing you can do, dude, is face the music. You don't have to have no fucking... Look, man, I'm not knocking anybody who does AA or NA or none of that stuff. If it works, then work it. But, man, you have to just stop doing what you're doing, right? Like, it's got to be with you. It's not hard to figure this out, right? We could probably narrow this down, right? It's either crack, meth, pills, fentanyl. I just nailed it. I don't know which one it is. Hopefully it's not a mix of those, but I just nailed it. Without a doubt, I just nailed it. You live in Tennessee too? Without a doubt. Or Virginia, whatever. You have to just say, hey, man, at least give people something to root for. But that is hard to do. And you don't need to have NAAA, man. Just stop doing the dumb shit. Put down what made you lose all that weight. Put down what's making you so angry. You know what to put down. You know who not to call and what not to get. Put that down. Still, maybe you still smoke your reefer. Drink a few beers. As long as it doesn't drive you to that. That'd be my best advice to you. But I could sit up here for hours and tell you about it. Addiction is nothing to play with. And it can only be you, man, to put that shit down, to stop that. It can only be you. You're about to throw a channel away with all those subs. I mean, look, I don't think you'll take the advice. And I'm here for the downfall. I'm here for it. I'll be covering it. There'll be parodies. But I'm also here, man, to see you turn it around. You know what I'm saying? And we're not friends. I don't like you at all. But I would like to see you turn it around because, dude, if it is fentanyl, your days are numbered, homeboy. You got one bag. You got one bad. You're one bad dose away from death. That's what you are. One bad dose away from death. One. Shit ain't 2000s anymore. You don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in it. You can't experiment with dope. You can't. When we were coming up, you take some acid, party on the weekends. You do some rolls, do this, you do that, do that, do that. People weren't dying like that. Man, that shit is in everything nowadays. You are one bad dose away. You are one getting high away from exit. That's it. If it's that, I don't know what it is. But dude, you have to be the one to be like, man, I'm tired of it.
Even pharmaceuticals are pressed and sold dirty on the street.
Absolutely, man.
Nothing is safe anymore.
Nothing's safe, man. Nothing's safe. They put the shit in everything.
It's not even worth chancing it. I mean, it's too scary. Why would you gamble your life? It's worth so much more. Anybody could be great.
Almost at 80,000 subs. He can't do lives on the YouTube streets. He's out there doing it. Man, yeah, man. So look, man, I've his supporters, right? I did a parody, I think, I don't know, a week or two ago, something like that. The last T-REV video, but there's no, like, you know, negative comments. There's no supporters of his like telling angry at me, right? And I'll let them speak if that's how they feel. But I did do a parody a while back, It has been a while since I did a T-REV parody. And the one before that, you see a lot of people standing in the paint for the dude. A lot of people have left the ship, don't get me wrong, but you still have people defending him, right? These people don't want to look stupid. These people don't want to look stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a thing, man, when you get support like that. That's a hell of a thing to lose. Like when you start doing YouTube, it takes a long time to get trust from people where they will stand in the paint for you. That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. Man, and people ain't doing that no more. Shit, I have your ex mods and stuff. They all know it, bro. They all know it. This is only go down for you, because the more that you deny it, and the more people who did support you, and that's going to be the people who burned you. It's not going to be no haters or other channels. It's going to be your own subs, your own mods, your own members. They're going to be the ones on people's panels exposing receipts, voice clips, all types of shit, because they're mad. But you're going to be like angry at the world. You're going to still try to convince people how you're not on dope, which is so silly, And what's comical and about this thing on the internet is when you're on here and you do it, you either get it or you don't, right? And sometimes it takes a while to figure that out. Like for myself, when I first come to the internet, you know, it was a strange feeling the first time like somebody like said some massive disrespectful thing to me. You can't just go slap the shit out of this guy. You don't even know where the fuck he's at, right? It's weird. And then you really have to check your ego on this thing here, because you can let somebody that you don't even know who the fuck it is really aggravate you, right? And that's really how I like to excel with these tragedy pimps. I hate talking about this because I don't want to give them no pointers, but it should be said because ego is a lot to do with when you're in addiction. Mike Tyson taught me all about ego. But when I first come to this internet, man, if somebody make a video about me, I'm watching it, I'm getting mad, I'm gonna respond, this and that. I don't even give a fuck anymore, right? And with these tragedy pimps, when you poke at them, they get so mad. They get so mad because their ego, right? Their ego on this thing. I think a lot of these tragedy pimps on this platform, especially in true crime, like this is all they have, right? I think a lot of these people are like losers in real life, right? But they came on here, grifted, whatever, done these weird stunts, and they get a little bit of some traction, some following, and they are somebody online. There's somebody on here, right? And they think that their shit don't stink. And how dare anybody review them, say anything about them? Their ego goes insane, right? And you know, I don't care. I'll put a fucking wig on, lipstick, my eyebrows, bra. I considered making a video one time with only a sock on, but I was afraid I was gonna get banned. Swear to God, I swear to God, I was gonna do that, right? As a parody on somebody, right? But the only reason I didn't do it is because I didn't want to get banned, right? You know, I made it for myself. So what these idiots like going back and forth with them? How are you going to embarrass me any worse than I'll do myself? It's pointless, and they know that, I think, but that's why they don't ever say my name. But anyway, I'm getting off track. The ego dude is comical. It's comical with you because you are addicted to something, bro. And your ego, right, from the YouTube stuff, it's all confused. You don't know which way you're going. You're mad. Bro, it's getting bad. Every like new driving live that you do, it's so bad. And you're in a tough spot because you date Michaela, and I've been through addiction. A lot of people have been through addiction. There's no way that you're on dope and she's not. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. I've never dated a chick when I'm in full addiction and she's sober. She's like, yep, go ahead. Yeah, go get some dope. That's a good. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna go to church. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't last that long. What happens is both are on dope. That's the only way it works, and it's twice as hard to stop when you're in a spot in a situation like that.
You have two people fighting it.
You may want to stop. Oh, Monday we're stopping this, and you may fully want to stop, but when she's putting the pill up her nose on Monday, you're like, oh fuck it, we'll do it next week. Next week never comes.
What happens when you start to feel sick?
Next week never comes. So you have it tough, dude. You have it tough. But, you know, I hope you figure it out. I hope you figure it out, man, because, and I'm not being funny, man, you are one time getting high away from exit. From exit. So, you know, we start the live talking about a moderator, another creator who has lost, their son was murdered. And I'm telling this guy I'm telling this guy about his ego. Don't let your ego get in the way of your freedom. And then I opened up with a story about my brother who was in your shoes. And you know what? That one more time of getting high, it came. And unfortunately, he exited. My brother was in a relationship. He had a Michaela. So I felt as a creator, I come up here and share this with you. Clown you a little bit, yeah. But and we're not friends, but I would like to see you get up out of this spot situation. Turn it around. Cam and Allie come on my panel once, and they were so rough looking. Track marks, nodding off, slurring on panel. They joined my panel to tell me that the person I had on panel that they scammed over $16,000 was lying. They showed the whole internet how high they were. And these people told the internet, no, we're not high. Just type it in YouTube. Cam and Allie high. Cam and Allie White Boy out the radio. Watch it. It's ugly. That's what you look like. And you nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. Just read your comments, bro. You have. Because you watch everything, you read everything too. I don't know, man. This is shitty intervention. I'm just being real with you, bro. I don't know how else to put it. I know you're gonna watch this. I don't know what you can do for YouTube. The only thing you have for YouTube is this. Hey, y'all, I've been fucking up. I've been getting high. And man, look, man, I need y'all support. Support me, man. I'm gonna go to detox, and I'm gonna join a program, and I'm gonna turn this around, man. And I've been lying to y'all. I mean, I just ask that you still support me, man. When I come up out of this, and we'll get back on track, man. I'm gonna get back right. That's all you have. If you don't take that route and only that route, this thing here, this is weird. This is a social media impact that I never had to deal with. YouTube as a creator, you kind of like, you know, it's obligated and stuff to like you have a channel, you know, you have to keep up with your channel and stuff. And man, I never understood if like that's a whole different aspect. If you're going through addiction, like it's hard enough addiction is hard enough by itself. You have a whole like audience that you feel the need to, I don't know, man. This is a tough road for you, bro. If I got to be real, man, we'll see how it happens, bro. I don't know. But you got one thing, man. That's my intervention. Who's been through it on this subject? I would like to know. I don't know what is going on with this fucking box. It's pissing me off here. Why isn't it? There it goes. Oh, we know he's lying. Exactly. It's so bad. You're right. It's so right. What's up, Jimmy? What happened to Jackie? Let me see. My husband died of a fentanyl OD.
Aww.
I never touched a drug. Weed is not a drug, but that's all I have ever done. Was he using, like, behind your back? Was it an accidental overdose? That stuff. You ever see the videos of the police that, like, they don't use, but they pull a car over and they're searching it and they die, they OD. It's going to be tough for T-REV. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So, yes, what does that mean? He was – okay, well, you answered my question. You don't have to do any more details. Thank you for your honesty. I was going to – because I've been through full addiction and know a lot of my friends and stuff have, and I tell you about my brother. I don't know any people who have dated people and that situation's happened. Yours is unique, and I'm sorry that you've had to go through that. I truly am. That's got to be more difficult for yourself as well, because you don't even understand the addiction, or you have a lot on your plate as well, because you don't even know what he was going through. He was probably embarrassed. He's probably hiding it from you. There's so many aspects there, so many layers there, but that's what I mean. And that's a different situation. But people who are dating each other, normally the way it goes with each other, that are using, they do it together. And it's extremely hard to quit. I was in a toxic relationship for a very long time. The worst. I wasted years of my life on that. I wasted years of my life. Complete waste of time. Waste of time. You can't stop. You know when I stopped? When I went to jail. Got away from the person, right? It's when I stopped. Yeah. And then I come home, got back with the person. Guess what? Back on dope. That's how it goes. So I see a lot of people like calling T-REV out and stuff, but that lady Michaela, it doesn't work like that, because when he's doing the driving lives high as fuck, she's with him. You know, there's stories with Seth and stuff, right? You know, like it doesn't, it doesn't work like that, people. You know what I'm saying? So and it's not no shade to her, but it's just like there's no look. No one can tell me that Hong and Nick are not gay, and no one will ever convince me that you're sober, that you're dating, you're with somebody, and they use drugs, but he's addicted and you're not. No, hells no. It does not work like that. That's why when you go to a program, AA, they specifically say no girlfriend, no boyfriend, 2 years, right? It's why I could never do it personally. But, and to T-REV, look, not everybody doesn't even need a program. Sometimes you can just work it out by yourself. Look, man, all a program is basically this: 3 things. 1, I have a problem. I accept it. 2, find God again. 3, help another addict. And cocksucker, that's what I'm doing right here for you. Again, we don't have to be friends, but I'm trying to show you some. I'm trying to drive down some wisdom. I'm trying to tell you, man. I have videos. I'm not even supposed to be here right now. I've exited, but they brought me back. I've exited. I've fully exited. Go watch the video. I've left Earth. Got brought back. When I woke up, the people I was with were like this. It was the weird, I'm like, what? And then everybody puts their heads down. I'm like, what? They're like, bro, you were just blue. Yeah, that happened. Yep. Scary shit. Happened a couple times. You are one high away from exit. Take it for what it's worth, bro. What is the name of the fellow whose son was murdered? What is his show called? It's Cuffed Include TV. I'll drop it for you. Did you drop his Cash App?
No.
Huh?
I don't know.
I will pin it in this comment. I'll pin it in the live. Here it is right here. I'm dropping it in the chat. So he's got a couple videos talking about it. I called him before this live. He's been on my panel many times in the past. Been in the chat a lot. He just changed his name, and so there is the link to his channel. He's got a video. He's talking about it. I'll probably have him on in the future. But yeah, man, that Nick live is crazy. I'll pin that, put it all in the description box. I'll only pin comments, guys. I thought it was interesting, and that'll be our first ever intervention of this channel. Man, I hope to God dude takes the advice. I really do. But man, from personal experience, well, not even that, man. It's got to be yourself to say, fuck this shit. Party's over. Got to be yourself. Someone that cares. What do you mean? To help you quit? Really got to be yourself. I remember my grandma once, she's like, you need to watch a Dr. Phil episode. I'm like, Grandma, I'm doing like 40 blues a day. I work in the pill mill. Like, I'm the security there. Like, I do 40 blues a day. Like, watching Dr. Phil, it's not going to work. And it was at that moment, it's my sweet grandma, who I love very, very much. But she's so clueless. She has no idea, like, she can't help me. She can't help me because it takes someone who's been through it to help you.
You need to do it a lot for yourself, but what you needed just as much as that is somebody who cared and loved and supported you to help you focus. And you needed to love somebody enough to do it, to stay in the flow.
Yeah, 100%, Marie. I'm just coming at it as an addict perspective. That's all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people, you got to call addicts out. You got to let them know, hey, man, we see you. And he knows all this. But maybe hearing, that's all NA is hearing other stories. This person died. This person died. So all I did is give him a fast. We just did a recovery thing here. This is what you do in meetings. You hear this type of stories, this and that. It's all other addicts. They can help you, not grandma, who hasn't been through it, but they can help you. That's all it is. My attempt. We can clown them. We can joke them. I can do that all day. But you never really see me clowning people for being addicted to drugs on this channel. I'll call it out, but I don't do that. I just won't. But all right, man, I'm jumping off, y'all. Much respect. We'll be back soon. Check out today's parody on Mob Crew. And peace, man. Anybody struggling with addiction out there, there's hope. You can make it out, man. I love y'all. Be safe, man. I'm jumping off. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like. Subscribe to my clip channel at WHITEBOY Radio Clips. And in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe. Stay smart. Peace.